Welcome back. You're watching Morning Prime. We're looking at this particular issue that is in the dailies today regarding the move by the president to stop erratic county taxes, governors to seek prior treasury and CRA approval before imposing levies. And that also is on the front page of the Daily Nation today. MP's new bid to block high county taxes, a proposed law before the National Assembly is seeking to control runaway county taxes by requiring the National Treasury to oversee and block exorbitant levies that undermine cross-county trade as well as national economic policies. But the bill has already drawn mixed reactions from governors and senators, and this is the input that we are getting from Senator Richard Onyonka and also Owen Bayo, who is the Deputy Majority Leader in the National Assembly. And just to get,
I totally agree with the President. Mm-hmm. I completely agree with him. It's very logical, Dibao. If you don't have a minimum tax, a maximum tax that a county government is going to charge, and yet the national government passes a law where it says we are going, for example, we are going to reduce our taxes by 5% pro rata.
Yes.
What it means is that the county government can say no. And the point I'm making is the national government is the one which actually looks for and picks the revenue and makes sure that that revenue from the exchequer is shared after the CRA and all these other bodies have actually agreed on what's to be done. My point is, let us not allow, if, for example, a governor decided to make a bad decision at the local level, let us not punish the people at the local level, and yet at the national level, you are going to have the taxes are going to be at a certain percentage. Number two, the law must be consistent. Our laws must be consistent, whether it's from the national level going down up to the ward level. The law is always supposed to be consistent. But by the county governments making decisions where they can increase taxes for certain goods and services, or they might even decide to reduce those taxes. All right? And yet the government is supposed to collect revenue from those taxes. What then does it do? So we should allow the issue of policy, the issue of management of government revenues and resources to be managed from the executive with the oversighting of the National Assembly and the Senate. That's the way I look at it.
And I think also from the National Assembly perspective, because we have the senators with their role, and they've not been facilitated ably, because there has been these issues of concurrence between the National Assembly and the Senate on the same issue that you do not want to to allow the Senate to actually get a facility to oversight ably such issues that is happening in the counties. Why is the National Assembly not really optimistic on facilitating senators to have this particular facilitation?
I think right now...
Was it 5 billion shillings that you're seeking?
Yes. I think right now things have changed. Because I think that in the President's memorandum to the National Assembly, this item is there that we need to change the Constitution and give the oversight fund to the Senate. I think this is one of the items that is contained in the presidential memorandum to the President's memorandum to National Assembly on the things that need to be reviewed in the Constitution. That I initially used to think that giving senators money for oversight would
disadvantage. I used to be like that also.
When we were together.
We were together. My God!
Was it disadvantage or
the way you dig a hole for yourself?
Now the other side.
So I totally now agree that Senate requires an oversight fund because what is happening in the county government, unless a senator is properly equipped to have an office within the county that can operate as an oversight office
that is functional.
This money will not go to the senator's pocket.
No.
It is about establishing a functional office within the county, because the county is big. If you are from Kilifi, for example, you have 7 constituencies. For you to be able to get
I have 9
constituencies. So with 9 constituencies, for him to be able to see what is happening in the whole of
the 9,
then he has to have an office system probably an office in each of those constituencies that allows him to oversight the functions of government. And you know the functions of around 14 functions?
Yes.
That requires the attention of the senator to look at health, to look at education at that level, to look at water, to look at agriculture, and ensure that the county government are doing the right thing. Then you need money to do that. And I think...
And to add,
yes.
if you will allow me, sir,
Sure.
to add where Mheshimiwa Baya is at,
yes.
there has been this fallacious thinking
Yes.
that the county assemblies do different oversight,
Yes.
and we as the Senate do different oversight.
Yes.
And yet, in reality, the oversighting, the county governments are the primary, and we are the secondary.
Yes.
If I am supposed to look, for example, at the audited books of a sub-county, Kitutu Chache South sub-county,
Yes.
for example.
Yes.
If you look at right now in the Senate,
Yes.
who do we sit with?
Yes.
The people from Kenya National Audit Office.
Yes.
Who do we sit with? DCI, they
Yes.
come.
Yes.
Like in the CIPA committee, you have the DCI, you have EACC,
Yes.
and you have got the control of budget.
Budget, yes.
All right? And the treasury. Those are 5 government departments,
Yes.
state departments, which are seated there when we're interrogating the books. Why is that not possible for us to do it at the county government?
Yes.
If I go down to Kisii County, I'm the senator,
Yes.
and we are going round, we tell the governor there are projects we'll be visiting. These projects will be within this area of your county.
Yes.
Please send the officers in charge from your department, from your government, who are supposed to be liaising with us. We come with the state officers.
Yes.
We go and have county hall meetings
Yes.
where the public comes and sits, and we ask people questions and we interrogate where their money is and what the money has done.
Yes.
Why is that difficult?
Yeah. So it will strengthen devolution.
Yes.
It will strengthen, because devolution without oversight
Is nothing.
Is nothing. We will not be able to work. So for us to strengthen devolution, then we need to give senators an opportunity. Senators spend a lot of their time in the Senate, but in the initial thinking about Senate and counties, even when this draft constitution was being made, actually there was this idea of Senate should only come to Senate for 1 month or 2 months, and the rest they stay at the county. They should even sit at the county assembly.
Yes.
There are thoughts like that, and those thoughts were good because it meant that the oversight role of Senate in
Was
protecting and taking care of counties should be at that level, the county level. But then we removed that and brought it to Nairobi. And we now, Senator, if you remember the 12th Parliament, Senate was trying very hard to get work to do.
Yes.
You know, they remember they went to court and said all laws that are passed by the National Assembly should go to the Senate, because we have not empowered the senators actually to do the work for which the Constitution originally meant them to do. So I actually agree, and I think this budget that we're coming to in June, there will be some significant amount to ensure that we empower the Senate. I agree, Senate must be properly empowered for us to protect.
So is there any rhyme or reason also that we have the Council of Governors seeking for more funding, for their constituent, counties?
Now,
if at all, what we are talking about Westage,
Yes.
and we cannot really account for these monies that is coming. Is there any reason for getting more funding from the Exchequer? Now,
I happen to be in that position, which you call 50-50, and I'll tell you why. I am advantaged because I sit in the devolution committee, I sit in the accounts committee, and I'm in the budget committee, and I sit in the IPAC, which is public accounts. The truth is, county governments need more money.
They need more money.
They need more money. Why? Because some of the functions that have been devolved to the county governments, money never followed those functions. But again, we do understand, all right, when the CS Treasury comes and says, gentlemen, if you look at where we are right now, yes, the issues which we are looking at, we need money to sort out 1, 2, 3, 4 in your counties. But the problem we have is now we're in debt. We are in a mess. So, do we who are defending the county governments as the Senate, should we ask for 407, which is what the Revenue Allocation Commission has
CRA,
has already said that is the figure we need, or do we accept the KK position, which is the president position, that look, we don't have enough money, and please, if you can understand and see where we are, let us not overstretch ourselves because we are having economic challenges and we have a problem. So both sides are very, very strong points. But my position is, if we are in a mess right now because we have had our debts, and as a result, the revenue is coming, yes, but it's paying debts, and therefore we can't do that. Then in a way, even when I may want the county government to be given more money, and there's a second argument that comes about giving them more money, but even when I may want the county governments to get more money, I know that we are in such a mess right now that spending any more money, because all this money is actually going into recurrent expenditures, right? There isn't much development that can be coming out of it. So my argument is, I think even when we may go for, because if it's not going to be agreed upon in the Senate and the National Assembly, then we'll go for mediation.
Mediation, yes.
My honest observation is that the mediation will have to agree that you leave it around 400 below, you can't go beyond 400. But there are other people who are saying that the government is already taking 85%. All right, and the county government are getting less than 15. You get my point? Because in that budgetary allocation, as unconditional grants, you have money that is been put into that figure, which is supposed to be money for libraries, and there is also money that is coming from the fuel levy, which is also been put into that figure, and yet the governors are saying that money should not be in that pocket because these are additional grants. This is money that has nothing to do with the collection of the revenue. So the two arguments are bringing that.
So the grants should not be scooped at all.
They should not be scooped. So the governors are saying they're losing. But again, as I'm saying, and it's a very difficult thing when you've gone to school and studied some economics. It is what David Ndii was saying the other day. We are acting as if we don't know where we are headed. We are acting as if we don't see.
We're in denial.
We're in denial. That we need to now cut. We need to reduce our necessary wastage. We need to reduce everything. In fact, the president should not even appoint the CASs for now. All right, even though it's very painful politically. You see, now we have no money. So let us begin to act and behave like people who have no money. So it is true that when we are saying let the county governments get the 407, but we are again acting as if we have money.
Yes, and of course the reality is we have no money. We have no money. The banks now, I think the counties, they are going to the banks for the overdrafts, even to pay the salaries as it is. That can only stretch for for a while. You can't really take a long time to use the overdraft. You can exhaust it as well.
You see, the counties have functions that are very key to the day-to-day living for the ordinary mwananchi. Now, if they don't have money, as it were today, then a lot of those functions suffer. Going to hospital, having children, if they don't have enough doctors, they don't have enough supplies with
tablets for headache, malaria.
Yes, if they don't have that, actually the common mwananchi suffers if counties are not properly functioning. The question that we need to address is, what are the efficiency levels in those counties? What are these decisions that governors make? So that the decision they make on how they spend the money, because here you have a health function, and here you have other functions, travels, for example. I know the governor of Kilifi right now is facing a challenge from the county assembly is telling them, no, we need car grants. We need our cars as promised. The governor is saying, no, I want first to pay to KEMSA for 6 months, for 6 months, so that I am sure that there'll be medicine in the hospital. But then he's probably being pushed to make a political decision to please the MCAs and tell them, okay, here's money for car grant. So you are faced with that situation. the quality of his leadership will depend on the decision that he makes. Does he make a decision that supports devolution, or does he make a decision that supports a political cause that is making the MCAs happy? So those decisions are the ones that, you know, when you are a governor, you make your people suffer. And this area requires water.
The MCA will hold sway.
Yes,
because you need some of your, you know, legislation.
In fact,
our bills really pass through the county assembly.
Yes. Very, very true.
Yes.
But even again, Mheshimiwa Baya, very, very true. But even again, when that is true, you then again begin to ask questions. Why is it that we as members of parliament and the Senate are given car grants and yet members of the county assembly?
And that is their argument. That is actually the main. When I tell them,
even the salaries. Yes. Dibal, the truth is, and I'm not saying this because I'm an MCA. It's because I've seen it.
Yes.
A member of the county assembly salary is down to about 142,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of money when you look at it from the outside.
Right. Yes.
But you see, when you compare the salary of the MCA to what the member of the National Assembly and the Senate earns, surely their salary should be rationalized.
Yes.
But not now. Now. I'm just saying that should have, because now we have no money. Remember, we are very clear.
I agree. But
that is why the people were rebelling. That time they were booing that MCA. I think people were reacting to that clip. The way I saw it, that how insensitive could you be? That we have got this problem. Even the people's salaries have not come, and you are talking about salary increment. But for me, I'm arguing that these are some of the things, the inconsistencies, if you remove them from the mindset of what the MCA should do in terms of his remuneration and everything, for us in the Senate, our dreams and hopes are that we do the job of oversighting the county governments with respect within the law and in a manner that it's never seemed to be political, because the relationship between the senator and the governor was never meant to be adversarial. It was supposed to be actually consultative.
And complementary.
We informed this project, what happened to the money? You know, auditors are going to come. That is the way it should be, so that people can then protect devolution. Where we are today, there are gaps. And these are the gaps of the wastage.
I still wanted to just latch on what you're saying regarding the salary disparity, because I thought also the salaries and the